After the deadliest attack on Jews in American history, a time for reflection. Faced with a rise in racial and political violence, many say politicians' increasingly divisive rhetoric is to blame.
We do need to have strong leadership from all of our elected leaders, not any one person, all of them from all political parties. That when you speak language of hate as a leader, you give permission to all peoples to say it's okay to speak that way, to treat people that way.
The Anti-Defamation League says anti-Semitic violence and harassment in the U.S. spiked by 57% in 2017 alone, the steepest increase the organization has ever recorded.
We are seeing an environment in which anti-Semitism has moved from the margins into the mainstream as political candidates and people in public life now literally repeat the rhetoric of white supremacists. And they think it's normal and permissible to talk about Jewish conspiracies, manipulating events, or Jewish financiers somehow controlling activities.
But despite an undeniable rise in far-right attacks, the White House denies that Donald Trump's rhetoric has any role to play.
I think the president has had a number of moments of bringing the country together. Once again, I'll remind you that the very first thing the president did was condemn the attacker, and the very first thing the media did was blame the president. You guys have a huge responsibility to play in the divisive nature of this country.
The massacre at the Pittsburgh Synagogue followed two other acts of political and racial violence in the U.S. Last Wednesday, a white man gunned down two African Americans at a supermarket after he unsuccessfully tried to enter a black church. The killings are being investigated as possible hate crimes. And earlier last week, Cesar Sayuk, a known Trump supporter, sent 14 pipe bombs to prominent Democrats and outspoken critics of the president.